We are Blenderstyle, and today we are live and direct doing Slightly Stupid's live and direct Acoustic Roots, released in 2004.
Cheers,
buds.
gentlemen.
Cheers, fellas.
Coming at you live.
And direct.
So, I brought this album to you guys because it is the first live album
That we've done, yeah.
that we're reviewing.
Okay.
Also, the first, acoustic reggae, this is reggae, sounding.
Very different.
Very
We've never
reggae.
done anything
We've never
like
done anything like this. And it's also probably the only Slightly Stupid album I actually like.
Really?
Yeah.
I
like some songs that they've done and stuff, but this is the only album I can listen to all the way through.
I've never listened to a Slightly Stupid album, but I've heard lots of their songs because it just comes up in playlists.
Yeah.
When I'm listening to this, I'm outside hanging with the homies or we're partying or whatever.
You have other homies than us?
Yeah, guys.
I thought we were
I have other shows. Casey, are you a fan of Slightly Stupid?
I've never listened to Slightly Stupid, and I don't listen to curated list or random list. So it's never even come up for me. This is my first time listening to it. Yeah, first time.
Well, I was introduced because I liked Sublime growing up and stuff like that, and a friend of mine was like, "Oh,
he came over. He's like, "Hey, you want to play hacky
So
sack?"
they were discovered by Bradley Noel.
Yeah.
if I
Oh,
remember
really?
right. Yeah, and signed to his label,
Skunk Records.
Yeah, originally. So that tie-in works well.
Yeah, and so I just never really got into him too much, but I heard a song off this, and then I went down to the local record store and I bought it from Toontown there in Tehachapi. And I listened to this album, and it definitely was one of those ones that kind of got me into reggae. You know, it was the first one that wasn't Bob Marley or whatever that got me into reggae.
Yeah, yeah.
So these guys are from the San Diego area, specifically Ocean Beach. Have you guys been to Ocean Beach?
No, I heard there's sand there.
Yeah, it's a beach.
Okay.
Ocean Beach ever?
No.
So my dad grew up in Chula Vista, which is in the San Diego area. So when I was growing up, I went down there a lot because
I went down there a few months.
Yeah, you went with me a couple times. It was rad.
Yeah.
This town, Ocean Beach, what I remember about it is, and I've been back into my adult life as well, is fried oyster tacos at this bar and grill that you can see the beach cruisers. There's live music playing. There's this head shop called The Black that it's still there as far as I know. Dope, dude. You can get t-shirts and bongs and incense and books and posters and all kinds of
So
proper head
you
shop.
could get proper head shop equipment at the head shop?
Yeah, it's just a rad place and it has a vibe. The whole town has a vibe.
That's
And I think it's important to when I went into this, I started reading them, when I was listening to it, it took me 3 or 4 songs to be I think there's only 2 guys. And I'm there's no drums or anything. Then I Googled, I pulled up the Wikipedia or whatever. It's holy fuck, this is all one take by 2 guys live. That's what it is, right? It's just
are they playing? They're playing to a crowd or something, right?
So there's a little bit of crowd background in some, you can hear it, but it doesn't sound like a big crowd, which sounds like Ocean Beach.
It's an intimate
You know what I mean?
show
You're in
thing.
all the bars in Ocean Beach are tiny. Dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a ton of them.
Yeah.
But they're in this one spot. They're probably in a studio, a recording studio.
Okay.
But
Either way, it's tight.
I'm trying to envision it. I can see the beach and there's people drinking, having a good time. And these 2 guys are just doing this in one take.
Yeah.
And I kind of went into this, as soon as I read this, I was I gave it a different level of respect where I'm okay, I'm just going to listen to it. I put everything away I was doing and I just listened to it and just kind of that's where I put my mind as being in Ocean Beach.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was wow, that was awesome. And I made a commitment. I never do this with albums, but I was I'm not going to listen to it again. But we had so much time to review it. I'm I can probably listen to it 2 more times. And I made a commitment that when I would listen to it, I would just sit down, I'd have a beer or whatever, I'd chill out in my backyard, and I would just listen to the whole thing in one go. And I did it 3 times. and I feel like that's the right context for this. Like death metal is headphone music, in my opinion. You get down, it's like all nerdy. You get into it, maybe driving around. Like dance music, you want to be out in the club or whatever.
The club?
Yeah, this is like, it's live, dude. It's live. You want to sit down and just enjoy it for what it is.
You want to enjoy the time.
With barbecue, hanging out with people.
Oyster tacos. You want to enjoy the smell, the time, the place, everything.
100%. And dude, this took me to that place easily, and interesting pick, dude.
Yeah,
this is our first live reggae thing, and I'm like raving about it already.
You're gonna come back with fucking dreads on next season.
this to me, I do love the backyard hanging type of thing though. Like I remember like skateboarding during the summer and like listening to this and stuff, and like now that I'm older and I listen to this, it's just like Saturday morning, like drinking some coffee, like getting like
what?
Yeah, for like not chilling, but to get my day going.
Really,
it just puts me in a good mood, in a sense of like, you know, take a hit or two, and you just go about your day.
Yeah, but, just get a little toasty on the upkeep there.
But no, I think the musicianship also is really good. The guitar playing and the singing in this is really good. I love that it's also filled with covers, so that means it's fun for them. You know, Dennis Brown, Bob Marley, Guns N' Roses.
Well, they're performers, so they're playing for the crowd.
Yeah.
And these two guys are not playing to a click, clearly. You know what I mean?
No. No, there's a lot of like laggy.
So they're like on time with each other, but the timing is kind of wonky, and that's one of the reasons I didn't want to like pick it apart, because there's lots of like mistakes and stuff in it, but it's part of the charm, dude.
It's part of being live.
Like, and
to do it all in one take.
I have to appreciate it for what it is.
To do it all in one take is kind of a big thing. I think the vocals, I'm with you. The vocals are good. The guitar work is good. My problem with it is just every track on this sounds the same to me. Like, and maybe it's just the lack of instrumentation with it. It's just guitar and vocals, guitar and vocals, guitar and vocals.
It's that upbeat of reggae.
It is, and I'm not into reggae, and I struggled with this album. Like,
really,
maybe if I put some headphones on or if I fucking did it, but my thing was like it was always at work, on the way to work or back to work, and it just doesn't work in the car.
It's not the right context.
And the biggest thing for me is they fucked up the verses on Used to Love Her. So I can't sing along with it.
Is that the Guns N' Roses cover?
Yeah.
I was wondering if you knew that song.
Yeah, I've heard it once or twice.
Yeah. You love Guns N' Roses. So they mix up
some of the verses.
And you can hear, like, on the third listen, I was almost like stopped listening to it because like you could hear them like starting to sing the wrong things, and someone corrects.
Comes in and steps like sings over them, and they're like, oh, okay, and then they correct it.
Yeah, it's like bad rap almost.
Kind of like 90s Guns N' Roses when Duff would just throw out shit.
Night Train.
But yeah, and so I had a hard time with it because of that. But I do have to give them credit. The fact that they were able to do this in one take without a bunch of fuck ups, like you said, there's some stuff where they sing over each other and like they're off timing. Right. But I think honestly that's the charm of doing like an acoustic set.
It's great
between two guys. I mean, that's, to me, that adds character to it. Like I don't want to listen to it all. It's like listening to Nirvana live unplugged. It's like there's some fuck ups in there, and that's what makes that album decent.
That's what's so human about it.
He just admitted he likes Nirvana.
No, I said it's like doing that album.
Don't touch me.
But that's what gives it character, and I have to give it credit for that. I think that's great.
Well, then what would you rate it then, Casey?
I gave it a 2.1.
You're not chilling out with us.
I kind of figured that was going to be that, though.
You want to leave the party.
If this came on, I probably would want to leave the party. It's just, to me, I just can't get into it. I think, so I haven't listened to any of the other stuff. I think maybe if it was more like with drums and other stuff, it'd probably be better. I think to me, it feels real empty. Like it feels like a cool jam session, but like
that's what it is.
Like sonically, it's just not there for me, and it feels like it's like struggles to keep my attention. I catch myself to like nodding off to it and like, okay, come on, get to the point. And I feel like the pacing is just really slow. But it's a weird thing because like I love Guns N' Roses acoustic
That's a little different. Though.
It's more lively and,
and that's the
yeah.
thing. And I feel like this just kind of
they do a Guns N'
stagnates.
Roses cover. They're not trying to be Guns N' Roses.
No, but I feel like like if they would have followed the same tone of like having that lively kind of play up the stuff, and maybe that's it. Maybe they just need an extra guitar or a bass guitar in there
or drums
or something. I don't even think they have drums on the Guns N' Roses stuff because I like a lot of acoustic stuff. I just feel like there's just something.
That's a good contrast because Guns N' Roses acoustic stuff is very like engaging.
Yeah, and there's just something about this that I couldn't get into.
Even like Rodrigo y Gabriela is just two guitar players.
Mm-hmm.
Like
But
demands more. It demands more attention than this does, and there's no vocals.
And maybe that's the thing. This works great, like you said, as a hangout vibe with a bunch of people in the background because you don't have to pay attention to it.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
I think it's a vibe.
yeah, for sure.
that's what I considered when I went into this. Is it's like a vibe, and I kind of went in it with that in mind. So I give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Oh, fuck.
Damn.
I think this was rad, dude. This like put me in a fucking chill mood. I loved it, dude. I don't think you should really pick it apart.
No, I get that.
We do that on our show, but this one I just like, you know what? I just gotta just like
Take it for what it is.
It's like you go to a concert, you leave, you don't go and watch the recording you did on your phone for an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just like, oh, they fucked. You're just like, did I have a good time? I had a fucking rad time. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, excellent pick, dude. Like, I'm glad you I'm glad we keep like cracking the seal on different like formats live and different genres, reggae. So good call, man. Your pick, Nathan, Slightly Stoopid.
Well, Matt, I give it a 4.0, and I'm really happy that you get a 4.5 because I really love this record. This is a record that it was like when my son, you know, I have a young son, and now he's getting up and about, and like I said in the morning, like
starting to be a terror,
you know. But like this is something that I hope my son will, you know, remember, like me playing something like this, or like, and it honestly. But with having him and going back to this record, it sparked me listening to even more reggae, you know, again. Because I went through a phase of it and stuff, but I'm like listening to it more and stuff now, and this record is always going to kind of have like a special place in my heart. So I give it a 4.0, man. And I have to say real quick that the music that you're not seeing or hearing being played is the soul. And if you could catch that soul, I think it makes it more brighter, more demanding. But yeah,
they're putting their heart and soul out on this. You can tell they're just like being
bros.
It's just it's so genuine. 100%. You know what I mean? These guys are being 100% themselves on this, and like all the mistakes are completely out there. I just give them mad respect. And like you're saying, I don't think I'm going to go listen to more Slightly Stoopid albums. And I don't even like really love this music, but it was just such a fucking good experience.
Experience.
Maybe it was a real good palate cleanser for yourself or something.
I think it was, dude. You know? Like between some death metal and like heady, like emo shit we were doing, and like you know, like all this stuff. It's just like I just want to fucking hang out.
Yeah, man.
Grill some burgers or whatever. Yeah, man. I fucking loved it, dude. Good pick.
That was Slightly Stoopid. Live and direct. Acoustic Roots. We are Blenderstyle.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.